What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the High Value Agent Podcast, where we inspire people to create a better life through real estate. And this one is another special one, y'all. I got another friend and business partner of mine, someone who I believe, has a great experience being in the business now for a few years and has constantly grown their business year over year. With that being said, I am joined today with my guy, Tony Jennings. How you doing, Tony?
Doing well, doing well. It's a great day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I know the message today is all about giving back, supporting the fellow agents. Obviously, you have a great message and great experience. What we want to talk about today for my audience, what are the advantages that we are seeing right now in today's market and how it can really propel your business growth over the next 6 months, maybe even a year plus. Okay, so what are we noticing in the market? What are we noticing with our competitors? What are some of the things that we've changed or implemented within our team to help facilitate that growth? Just what are the overall advantages in the market? But before we get into that, I want to throw it to Tony. Tony, give everyone a breakdown of what your business looked like when you first started, your development, your growth journey, and where you're at today. Kind of give us a little breakdown on that.
Well, it started off pretty slow. In real estate in general, when your first 3 months, it is a 3-month game. I mean, when you start, it's pretty lean for the first 3 months, and it's all about building connections, building people, building your database, and all that kind of stuff. In mine, I did have a lot of people that I knew, so it was a lot of reaching out to a lot of people I knew and just letting them know that I was in the real estate and was there to help them or anybody they know or the families. And as the year progressed, so did mine. I could get down to the fourth quarter and it was a great quarter, and the first quarter was an excellent quarter as well. So, and then it transitioned into this year, which was really good.
That's good. What did you do before real estate?
Well, I've done a lot of things before real estate. Some people will know me as a restaurant manager, 25 years at restaurant management. And then I was a Schwann's man for 7 years. That's where a lot of people in this area know me for being the Schwann's man.
That's good. That's good. So before getting into real estate, you had a lot of personal connections from your previous jobs and your previous career, and that really does help propel a lot of people when it comes to real estate, right? And here's the thing: if you're listening to this and you're new to an area and you're new in real estate in that area, there are people also on our team that, like some of the top dogs on the team, that are brand new to the area. And they're like killing it right now. So you don't need to know a lot of people in the area that you live in, but you need to make sure that you understand you got to now connect and build those connections with people immediately so that you can build and maintain relationships and be the go-to resource. Tony, so your first year in real estate, how many homes or families did you help? Do you remember?
Total first year was 20. I mean, I got in September, had one before the end of the year, and then 19 last year.
Gotcha. And then what are you on pace to do? Like, where do you think you'll end up this year?
I'm looking at right around 25 to 30, somewhere in that range.
Bingo. Cool. So now I hope we caught everybody's attention and got everybody understanding why you should listen to this episode all the way through. Okay. Tony, being newer in the real estate game, has not helped less than 20 families yet. Okay. He's on pace to help 25 to 30 in today's market. So, Tony, what, because I know you talk to a lot of agents in our community. You're really known as somebody who's willing to contribute, willing to help people, whether they're on our team or not on our team, which is a beautiful thing. What advantages are you seeing for agents in today's market that could really help propel their business? What are you seeing?
Well, one thing, and I preach it, and I'll tell you, when I first started, I was scared to death. I mean, petrified to get on social media. My man Antoine can tell you that. He would say, "Go in there, just do it, just do it." And man, after you do it the first couple times, easy peasy.
Yep.
But yeah, I'd say social media. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be anything like that. And when I've talked to other agents who were hesitant, like I was, they, it's like, oh, I can't be that cheesy. I can't be that. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about being real. Mm-hmm. And that's what people want to see. They want to see your personality. They want to see who you are. They want to see that somebody can relate to you. And by doing that, through pictures and videos and all that kind of stuff, they can see that. Yep. And they can say, hey, man, I like that guy or that gal,
Yeah, it's so good. You're building your personal brand. And we call that social proof, right? Because people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And social media is a great way to tap on all three, And the cool thing too, when it comes to video, and this is something when Tony mentioned, like, oh my God, I don't know about social media. What he was really saying is, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this video stuff. We had a conversation when Tony first started on the team. I said, Tony, we got to shoot a video a week. And Tony was like, nah, I don't know if I can do that, man. I was like, Tony, it doesn't matter whether you want to do it or not. If you want to grow your business, it is a requirement, because how many people do we not personally know, but we've seen them on video somewhere? And when we finally meet them, like, number one, we start to learn more about them before meeting them. We start to relate to those people, and we haven't met them yet. We've just seen them on video. And we finally meet them, and we're like, wow, it kind of feels like I already know you. Well, the power of video does that, because you're communicating more effectively, because you're touching on tonality, body language, and your words. And you, in a sense, psychologically, you become a celebrity in people's eyes. And it's just the reality of things. So Tony has now had months where he shot a video like 30 to 40 days in a row. Like, just boom. He's one of our most consistent people on social media. So yeah, that's good. Now he can't stay off video when he so it's good. But yeah, is there anything else about social media that you could see could be a huge opportunity?
Not really. I mean, I think, just the platforms, utilizing all of them, or, not really having to do, but cross-posting on them, the same thing. It's pretty simple.
Yep. How many times would you suggest an agent right now? Because, by the way, agents, your competition most likely are not consistent on social media. They may post a closing here and there. They may post a market update here and there, but they're not doing it consistently to where it's really gaining traction for them. Tony, how many times would you suggest to an agent as far as posts? How many per day? How many per week are you thinking?
Wow, that's a good question. It should be every day. You should be posting something.
Yes.
Now, I'm guilty of not necessarily doing that every day, but I have. Yeah. So, it is out there, and you can do it. It's easy. It doesn't have to be a video every time. It can be, just something.
Yes.
Something real estate related, something personal related, or something hobby related.
Yeah.
People want to see you.
That's good. That's good. Cool. So social media, that's a huge opportunity for your growth over the next 6 months. Social media, you don't even have to have this elaborate plan. Literally post one time a day. I personally recommend 3 to 5 times a day, but I'm crazy too. I post probably 21 to 30 times a week on my social media. So I do know, just from my data, when I typically hover between business, family, something motivational, or like a hobby, right? So those 4, my family post and my hobby posts typically get the most engagement. So if you're going to post, get very good at not just doing real estate all the time. get good at switching it up and just know your family and hobby posts will probably get the most engagement because people can relate to that more than real estate stuff all the time. So just a little heads up.
I'll tell you that two of my videos had the most over 1,000 views, and one of them was asking if my tennis shoes made me feel old or made me look old.
Yeah.
There was all kinds of comments and everything. It was crazy.
Yep. It works too. So Tony, real quick before we pivot, and if you don't know the actual numbers, it's okay. But how many, we'll just say opportunities, do you think you've garnered from social media, from your social media activity?
Probably right around 5 to 10. I mean, some of them haven't capitalized yet, but I have met with them and discussed a future, in meeting with them in the future to look at homes. So that's awesome. I'd say about 5 to 10.
That's awesome. So let's help everybody understand how important that is. Tony says, 5 to 10, right? But here's the reality. Let's say 5 of them actually do something. Okay. So we'll go with 5. And let's say they do something over the next 12 months, right? The average price point right now, like our market average price point is right around 300,000. I think Tony, his price point in his personal business is right around there. So let's say those 5 transacted, okay? The payout that he would get from those deals is $20 to $25,000 of income. And I'm assuming those posts that he was making didn't take longer than 10, 15 minutes, maybe
30 seconds.
30 seconds, y'all. 30 seconds. So we're talking about a very high return on your social media if you just stay consistent with it. Boom. Cool. All right, let's pivot, man, because I know we have a lot to talk about. So first opportunity, social media. What else are you noticing that can help an agent if they tap in?
Well, one of the things I think too is getting involved in the community. And don't be a secret agent. Let people know, no matter where you go, like whether you're out with friends, all that stuff, clubs, events, community events, just making a presence of people, because you will run into people, and talk to them personally. And it may be a, hey, how you doing conversation, or it may be one that lasts, you stand there and talk for about a half hour to an hour.
Yep.
But yeah, just getting out there and getting involved and making your presence known that you are who you are.
That's good. I love that. Yep. That is something to where we as a team in 2026, we've been building out what it's going to look like for the team standpoint. If you're wanting to get like a plan in place as far as community outreach is what we call it, recommend at least 4 things that you do per year, whether it's an event that you go to or an event that you host, at least 4. So it's 1 per quarter. And that's a great way to get involved with the community. And you may sprinkle in smaller things, right? You may do like a small, like if you're part of a club, you may be a weekly attendee to certain masterminds or gatherings, right? But from a business standpoint, where it's branded and or you get an opportunity to, I guess get your brand out there or do some type of marketing to promote the opportunity, 4 per year is what I would recommend. That's something that we're going to capitalize on, because just being transparent on the pod, we've not been the best at that as a team. And that's where we could be a lot better. Like, for example, we have our annual trunk or treat coming up literally this weekend. Huge event. Like, this is one of the 4, right? Huge event. We have a line. Tony, do you remember, like, that line was down the street around the corner last year? Like, incredible, right? Great way to shake hands, kiss babies, get in front of the people, show love, receive the love. And then shortly after, we're doing photos with Santa. So that's more of a smaller one, right? So again, we're doing 4 big ones. We'll probably sprinkle in 4 small ones. Great way, great opportunity, because most of your competition is not doing that. It's good. Um, cool. I want to add something because there's an opportunity that I see. And number one, it's just we have this thing in real estate called seasonal complacency. For some reason, around this time of year, we're in the fourth quarter, people want to kind of like pack it in for the year, right? They kind of accept the fact that closings in their market, they drop, so their business is going to drop as well. So they just might as well not show up. The opportunity that I see, not only for our team, but for you watching and listening, is getting out of having the mindset to get out of your comfort zone, to step up your level of commitment, and to truly step into the future that you want today. Okay. And what I mean by that is understanding that the work that you do today, it's setting up your first quarter, right? You will get great wins over the next week and month, 2, 3 months. But when we go into the first quarter of the new year, you're going to really be in momentum. Okay. So getting very clear on what your competition is doing, they're packing it in. Most of them are. You may have some hungry ones out there that understand the game and they're stepping it up. You be one of them. Step into right now the mindset of I'm doubling down on what has gotten me up to this point. And at that, and understand there's more pie available for the taking, because most of the agents are not focused right now. Tony, are you noticing that?
They're on vacation. You
Yeah.
You call an agent to check on the temperature of a house, and oh, hey, I'm down in Tennessee or I'm down in Florida right now. They're on vacation.
So let me unpack the reason why that happens, because I've seen it. This is my 10th fourth quarter in real estate. Okay. Every year for my personal business, my fourth quarter and my first quarter was my best quarters of the year. Always. It's always been that way. There was a time from September to December where I closed 18 deals. From September to December, to the end of December, I closed 18 deals. And I will take credit saying I worked hard, I followed a plan. But you want to know what? It felt so easy. You want to know why? I remember talking to clients. I felt like my phone just wouldn't stop ringing, Tony. Like it just kept ringing. And I'm like, hello, hello, hello. Hey, could you help me buy this house? Hey, and I'm like, oh my God, what changed? What's going on? What changed was they were calling other agents, and those other agents were not picking up their phone. Just me being available and picking up my phone, I got so many deals. Okay. And here's why: agents get busy. Every agent gets busy during the summertime. Every agent does. Even ones that don't even want to get busy, they just get busy. They're not able to take vacations during the summertime because they're busy. So they say, I'm going to make the money during the summertime. I don't have time to really go away and leave my business. And I'm going to take my vacation when it slows down. Because now I'm less busy. I'm less productive. And so knowing that that's how most agents operate, you should be excited every fourth quarter. Every September, you should be like, Christmas is about to be on point, because most people are not picking up the phone and they're not answering their phone. So, and that's just real life. Cool. Anything to add to that, Tony, before we pivot?
No, I just, like last year, my fourth quarter set up my first quarter, and You
Yeah.
always gotta, you get in there and you're like, well, okay, we're not going to close until January. Okay, it means I'll have a good start. And you saw that even if it was delayed or anything like that. Like if you have a listing on the market now, that could close in your first quarter. That could start you off with a great first quarter.
So true.
So do it now.
So Tony, this is perfect because Tony, what I'm talking about, he lives that. So last year in the fourth quarter, I remember having conversations with Tony because we sit next to each other, so we talk all the time. And it was like October, November, December. Just man, oh my God, this is happening. I'm putting this under contract. Oh my God, just signed another listing. Boom, 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 boom. In this fourth quarter, it was just rolling for him, right? Man, do you remember how many deals you closed in January this year?
7, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like 7, maybe 8. And again, 7 to 8, the average agent nationwide sells 5 a year. The average agent in our local market sells 7 a year. He did 7 in 1 month. So again, it's just so true. That's your advantage. That's an opportunity that you have right now. It's just being focused, answer your phone, and double down on the activities. Cool. Let's get a little more tactical, man. Is there anything else you're noticing as far as opportunity?
Yeah, well, I think, opportunity, especially if you're a new agent, is getting on a team, because I'll tell you, it helped me immensely because you get the positive support from teammates, the accountability. And, it's just, you get to share on their experience and build, your knowledge faster than doing it yourself.
Yep. That's good. Contribution and the power of collaboration, right? So contribution is powerful because when you need a picker upper, you got somebody there, you got people there for you. And in this business, we need a lot of that. Ain't that right, Tony? We need a lot of that, man. We are entrepreneurs. We are business people. It's very lonely being in this business, being in business, period. And the reason why it's lonely, and now we're about to kind of get into mindset again, but the reason why it's lonely is because the level of your business is directly correlated to the level of your personal development. Most people are not on a personal development journey, and that's just a reality. Okay. Most people don't want, because personal development means you now have to be vulnerable. You now have to be honest with yourself. You now have to maybe show or share your insecurities, because that's the love, that's the step into discomfort that is required to grow. And so it feels lonely because most people don't understand that. And most people, they're not willing to step into that type of growth path, right? So when you are around people that are leading with contribution and they're always willing to collaborate and support one another, very, very powerful, as long as you're willing to embrace it, right? As long as you're willing to embrace it. Okay. So yes, I agree with that 100% because it's just true. It's just true. Couple things, and then we're gonna wrap up because I know Tony and myself, we got to get ready for a meeting. We got a team meeting, which again, what we talk about, the power of collaboration, right? Insight, learning, that's important. So I would say 2 things. With that being said, over the next 6 months, I would encourage you to go to an event that is business focused or personal development focused. Go to at least one. And me and Tony, we just got back from Lake Tahoe. Shout out to John Cheplack. Shout out to all the great speakers and all the people that were there that we were able to collaborate with, learn from. The level of eliteness in that room was top notch. And I'm here to tell you, and I know Tony will attest, when we came back, I think we felt more empowered and stronger and clearer than ever when it came to what we needed to do to grow. Right? Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Bingo. So go to at least one event and you'll be able to collaborate with people who are like-minded. You'll be able to network with people, build new relationships, and hopefully if you receive it the right way, if you have strong emotional maturity, you'll be inspired to come back and do what you got to do. And then, do you want anything? I don't want to leave you out of that. Do you want to add anything from your experience there?
Oh, it was just amazing. It was powerful, like you said, and just a lot of positivity and mindset
Yeah,
and personal development.
yeah. And we did enjoy the lake as well, as far as being on the boat and chilling. So it's a beautiful place too. Very inspiring. All right. So let's get very like one last tactical thing before we wrap up. I want to challenge you over the next 72 hours to get massive engagement. Here's what I mean. A great way to start taking advantage of the opportunity is to create opportunities now. So I want you to utilize a few of these strategies that will get you in conversation with people, help you set more appointments, and appointments lead to listings and buyers, referrals, and ultimately sales. Okay. And that's what we're in a for-profit business. So we got to close deals. Number one, and this goes, you can two into one. Utilize video text. Utilize video text. Okay. And and in that same breath, I would say shoot video to post on social media. So we'll combine both of those, okay? Video. So if you're texting people today, start using video text. If you send people happy birthday messages, do a video text happy birthday message. Like that really does go a long way. Who do you know, or let me ask you this personally, guys. If you received a video text, are you going to watch it? Yes or no? You're going to watch it. How many times have we received a text and we briefly look at it and we forget all about it? It's like out of sight, out of mind. A video text has staying power. Okay. That's number one. Number two, leverage email more. Leverage email. Email is so powerful. I can't tell you how many deals that we've created from working our email, sending out valuable content, doing a weekly newsletter. Like so many people that are engaging with our email is incredible. Our open rate right now is like 50%. And that's very good. Okay. You want to be like how you know you're sending out good content is if you're 30% plus. Okay. Cool. Number three, back to social media. Utilize Facebook Messenger. Utilize Facebook Messenger. Very easy way to get engagement using Messenger is when you make your videos or you make your posts and people like, heart, or comment, message those people. Message them. Hey, I saw that you like my post. Ha ha ha. Like if it was a funny post, right? Then you can message them about that post. If it's something real estate related or hobby related, you can ask them, hey, what was your takeaway? And then at that point, now you're engaging via Messenger. Next, if you have listings like Tony, and by the way, if you're an agent, highly recommend you become a listing agent. Like you put an emphasis on building your listing skills and your inventory. Period. Being a buyer agent is great. We love our buyers. But when you become a listing agent, you now create more opportunity and less energy. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Post your listings on Facebook. Like post it on Facebook. Go to Facebook Marketplace, post it there. Post it and in the comments, put the link to the listing page. If you have a website, very easy way to generate leads. And then for us, if you have, I don't know if everybody has this, but we have a lead pond. We have a lead pond. We have 20,000 plus leads in our data bank. If you have leads just sitting in your data bank, you need to reach out to them, shoot them all a text, and ask them if they are interested in looking at a property, or if there's a house that they want to look at, or if they're like, just engage with them. And I believe, honestly, if you do those 5 to 6 things, you're going to create some opportunities. Tony, what's your feedback on that?
I agree. I mean, yeah, absolutely. And, in groups, there's local garage sale groups and different groups on, that you can post to. Just getting it out there.
100%. Tony, let's, as we close this thing out, because we're currently almost done with October. We got a few months left. What is going to be your number one focus to close out the year that's going to give you a great head start that would help benefit other agents if they did the same? What's your number one thing?
I'm gonna go with social media and just making a presence over the holiday season, and just getting out there.
Yep. It's good. If people wanted to reach out to you, maybe they listen to this episode and they're like, man, I really like Tony. Like, I really like his approach on things. I like the way he thinks. I want to connect with him more, network with them. How can people connect with you? And what's the best approach?
Well, my email is tony@slreg.com. I'm on Facebook as Tony Jennings. On Instagram, I don't know that one as well, but cross posts. And yeah, I'm all over the place. Just find me.
Yeah, do not be afraid to reach out to him. Like I mentioned before, again, in him just even being on this podcast is a testament to his contribution. Okay. So he's an open book, like we all are. And if you have any questions, maybe you're feeling good about your business, but you just want some feedback, or you want to collaborate with Tony, or maybe you're in a funk and you just kind of want to, hear different strategies and ways to get out of that funk. Reach out to him. Facebook, again, he's very active on Facebook. I mean, just being friends with him on Facebook, you'll get a lot of great ideas, right? Content ideas, stuff like that. Reach out to him. He's an open book and he's a contributor at heart. So, Tony, I appreciate you, man. Y'all know where to find me. On this podcast, I always say this is just to give back, to support. And my commitment is to continue to bring great people on here that can also contribute. If you saw value in this episode, you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, you know what to do. Leave us a review, whether it's a 5-star and we did great, or it's a 1-star. All feedback is great feedback in our book. So we appreciate y'all. Y'all be strong, be powerful. Thank you, Tony. Peace.